AMC. Wow. At the beginning of the year, their stock price was less than $2. And just a couple months later, it went to over $69. On top of that, there are people saying that it will get to 100,000, 500,000, 1 million, 5 million, and it might even go forever. And that got me really interested. So today I'll be talking about if hedge funds could actually go bankrupt and why people think it will get to $100,000. But let's not waste any more time on this intro and get straight into this. Okay, first of all, could hedge funds actually go bankrupt? Well, to answer this question, we're going to have to look at the plan that the AMC investors have created. So the plan is, if you keep holding on to AMC, then hedge funds that shorted it would be forced to buy in at whatever price it is, which could possibly bankrupt them. And the same people of Reddit tried it on GameStop. So when they did it on GameStop, Melvin Capital lost more than 50% of their fund. Yeah, these people really do have a giant influence. Okay, I think we all know about what happened to GameStop. So let's get into more details so we can answer whether hedge funds could actually go bankrupt or not. But first, let's look at how shorting works. So let's say there's a person called John that owns 10 shares of a stock worth $10 each. I think the stock is gonna go down, so I asked John if I could borrow them. John agrees, but he says,
"You have to give me 11 shares back in a 1 year time."
I agreed to those terms, so I borrowed those shares from John and sell them at market value. So now I have $100 inside of my pocket. A year passes, so John asks for those 11 shares back. But lucky for me, each share is now only worth $5. So I buy 11 shares for $55 and give them to him, making myself $45. But this also works the other way around. So let's say rather than each share being worth $5, if it was worth $100,000, then I would have to give back John $1.1 million, which could possibly bankrupt me. I think you understand how shorting works. So imagine if everyone at AMC just kept buying and it never sold. Then hedge funds would literally be screwed. They would have to buy back at whatever price it is. So they could technically lose an infinitive amount of money. Because of how much some hedge funds shorted AMC, I think there's actually a small chance that maybe the apes of Reddit could actually make some hedge funds shut down. Like, you don't even have to double the GDP of the United States. All you have to do is get to a couple $100 per share. Then hedge funds could lose a lot of money, which could possibly bankrupt them. And remember, I said possibly because there's no guarantee. No one is guaranteeing you this. But now I think you understand, because we spent the last couple of minutes talking about how hedge funds could possibly go bankrupt. So now, how and why do people think AMC will reach more than half of the entire world's GDP? The reason people believe AMC could possibly go to $100,000 is because of supply and demand. And supply and demand is the reason stocks go up and down. When there's a high demand, then stocks go up. And when there is a low supply, then stocks go up. And the people that are investing into AMC want to create a circumstance where there's a low supply and high demand, which would make it go up a lot. If no one sells, then there's a low supply. And if hedge funds and late investors are trying to buy in, there will be a high demand, which will cause AMC's stock price to skyrocket. And the number it could go to is technically infinitive if people just never sell. That's why if you click on a video with the AMC in the title, you will always find a comment that says,
Fellow apes, hold. I'm not selling until it gets to the moon. Don't sell.
people believe that if they do this as a group effort, then AMC will get to $100,000, then hedge funds would go bankrupt, while they would make millions of dollars. And that's the problem. You have to do this as a group effort. If people see hundreds of thousands, if not millions, they might start to sell. And if that happens, then hedge funds might leap back into action, making the stock price to fall back down and making some people lose their entire life savings. So remember the golden rule of investing. Only invest what you're willing to lose. So now I think you'll understand why hedge funds might go bankrupt and why people think it could get to $100,000 per share. But what are my final thoughts on this? AMC could get to $100,000 if everyone holds, but it's very hard to hold when you start seeing numbers in the seven figures. So I don't think that it would get even close to $100,000. People might say, hold until AMC gets to $100,000. I won't sell AMC till it gets to the moon. But remember, money is very powerful. So I wouldn't bet on it hitting $100,000. But I could be wrong, and the apes or Reddit might actually be able to make the market cap go to more than double the United States GDP or half the entire world's GDP. I mean, that could actually happen. I mean, there's a better chance I'll win the lottery like 10 times in a row, but there's actually a chance I could get to $100,000. But anyways, that's the end of this video. Remember to take everything with a grain of salt, because I'm not a professional. And if you thought that I was, then you need to get yourself some very serious help. What are your thoughts on AMC? Don't forget to put that down below in the comment section, because I'll try my best to read every single comment. But until next time, I'm Shri.